Alright, so the Oppo A5 Pro is here. You've probably seen it online. There's a lot of discussion happening. People are definitely curious about this one. We see a lot of new phones all the time, but this particular model seems to be getting extra attention. So let's dig in and see what's up. Why all this excitement right now? Now, in this review, we're going to look closely. We'll check out the camera system, of course. We'll test the battery life thoroughly. How good is the display quality, really? And very importantly, how does it perform day to day? These are the crucial aspects for any new smartphone, especially when you're considering a phone in this category. We all want to know what we're getting for our money. Oppo is aiming this A5 Pro at a very crowded segment of the market. There are many phones that offer similar things, so it really needs to stand out from the pack. Is this a phone primarily for students maybe? Or is it for general everyday users looking for reliability? The price point is always a major factor here. Ultimately, value is what most people are searching for. So, yes, the hype seems to be quite real. We're hearing about the Oppo A5 Pro from many sources. But the big question remains, is the phone itself actually as good as all the talk suggests it is? That's what we're here to find out today. Let's dive a little deeper into the specifics and see what this new device truly brings to the table. It's time to investigate if the buzz is justified. First up, let's talk about the camera. Oppo usually makes some pretty bold claims here. The A5 Pro likely has a capable main sensor. Perhaps it's paired with an ultra-wide lens. Or maybe they've included a dedicated macro lens. We will need to look at the photos it produces. Do they appear sharp and detailed enough? Are the colors accurate and pleasing to the eye? Performance in both good daylight and tricky low light is key. Next on the list is battery life. This is always a huge consideration for everyone. The Oppo A5 Pro is expected to pack a large battery. Something around the 5,000 mAh mark wouldn't be surprising. That capacity certainly sounds promising for extended use. Can it comfortably last through a full busy day, or perhaps even stretch into a second day for lighter users? Fast charging technology is also very important these days. How quickly can it power up from empty? Then, there's the display. It's the part of the phone we interact with constantly. Is Oppo using an OLED panel or an LCD? What's the screen resolution? Full HD plus hopefully. And what about the refresh rate for smoother scrolling? Is it a standard 60 Hz or a more fluid 90 Hz? Or maybe even a super smooth 120 Hz panel perhaps? Sufficient brightness for clear outdoor visibility also matters a lot. These details contribute significantly to the user experience. And finally, performance. This is crucial. What kind of chipset is powering the A5 Pro? Is it a processor from MediaTek's Dimensity series? Or did Oppo opt for a Snapdragon chip from Qualcomm? How much RAM is included for multitasking capabilities? Does it handle everyday apps and web browsing smoothly? And can it manage some light gaming without major issues? Nobody enjoys using a phone that feels sluggish or slow. Smooth operation is a fundamental expectation for modern devices. Now let's put the Oppo A5 Pro into context. It's definitely not operating in a vacuum. There are plenty of other smartphones in its price range. You might consider something from Samsung, like their Galaxy A series, or perhaps a device from Xiaomi's popular Redmi Note lineup. These are well-known and often recommended choices for many. So how does this new Oppo device actually stack up? This comparison is essential for anyone making a buying decision. Let's see where it shines and where it might fall short. When we look at the cameras, it's always a tough battle. The Oppo A5 Pro might produce photos with really nice colors, but then a Samsung competitor might offer slightly sharper images, or perhaps a Redmi phone could have an edge in low-light situations. The software processing plays a huge role here too. Each manufacturer has its own approach to image tuning. We really need to compare sample shots side by side to see the real differences in various conditions. Battery life and display quality are often very competitive. Most smartphones in this particular market segment nowadays tend to offer quite large batteries, which is great, and they usually feature pretty decent screen technology as well. Perhaps the Oppo A5 Pro's display is a little brighter, or maybe its charging speeds are a bit faster than rivals. These seemingly small differences can sometimes sway a decision. It's often a very tight race with subtle distinctions. Finding that one differentiating factor can be tricky. For overall performance, it really depends. It comes down to the specific chipset used in each phone. And just as importantly, the software optimization by the manufacturer. One phone might feel noticeably snappier and more responsive, even if on paper it has very similar specifications to another. The price point is also a massive factor in this comparison. Is the Oppo A5 Pro priced competitively enough? Especially when measured against these very strong rival devices. Value for money is the name of the game. So let's talk about the good things first. The Oppo A5 Pro most likely brings a few strengths. It probably features a nice modern design, for example, and there's a strong chance the battery life is very good. The display quality could also be a significant plus point. Oppo generally tends to do a pretty solid job with these particular aspects of their smartphones. These are definite pros that you can count on, and they matter for the daily user experience. But, like any phone, there will be some downsides. The camera system, while potentially good, might not be the absolute best you can find in this specific class, especially when it comes to video recording capabilities perhaps. Or maybe the software update schedule from Oppo could be a bit slower compared to some other brands. No smartphone is ever truly perfect, that's just a fact. We have to be honest about any potential shortcomings. Knowing these helps make an informed choice. Let's try to weigh everything together now. The clear advantages against the potential disadvantages. And critically, consider the asking price of the A5 Pro. What exactly are you getting for your hard-earned money? Is it a well-balanced overall package for the cost? Or are there other smartphones that might offer better deals? It really all comes down to the overall value proposition. This is what most sensible buyers are looking for, getting the most features and quality for the price. So, the big question, is the Oppo A5 Pro actually worth all the hype surrounding it? Well, it honestly depends on your priorities. If you're looking for a phone with great battery life and a pleasant, good quality screen for media consumption, then the A5 Pro could indeed be a solid choice for you. But it's wise to compare the camera performance carefully. It appears to be a decent, capable mid-range phone, but perhaps not quite the game-changing revolution the hype might suggest.